Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shop Talk. I decided that, yeah, I let's wait a minute. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes to see if anybody shows up before I start talking about the things I want to talk about, like I always do. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. And we are like right smack dab in the middle of Christmas and New Year's. And I'm not gonna lie, I skipped one of my lives, and it kind of felt weird. Like I felt strange not doing it. Um, but I also think that I needed to do that just because I kind of needed a break from like always doing social media stuff, and I needed to take care of some stuff around my house. So it was a nice break. I didn't really put a whole lot on YouTube, um, but the break's over, and I just decided that I didn't want to wait until next Tuesday, and so I would do like one more show for 2025. And I hope you enjoy this. I do have a couple of topics that I want to talk about. But before I do that, I want to, just go over a couple of other things and see how you guys are. Like, how was your Christmas? Mine was pretty good. I actually was able to get my car out and drive it, which was awesome. When I live up in Indiana, so when you live up here, you just never know. Literally, it can change from day to day. The weather is ridiculous. Like the other day, Sunday night, it was 64 degrees, 64 at 8 o'clock at night, Sunday night. At 8 o'clock Monday morning, it was 20. And that wasn't even with the wind chill. The wind chill, it was like 12 below. We had a windstorm come through. It was terrible. 55-mile-an-hour winds. It was bad. Anyway, I didn't get on here to tell you about the weather in Indiana, but yeah, it was awesome to be able to get the car out because it snowed. I put the car away. Snow on the ground. It would melt. It would, snow again. It would melt again, so on and so forth. Then we had this massive rain, which washed the streets up really nice right before Christmas. And I'm like, awesome. So Christmas Eve, I sang in the choir, and I drove my Corvette to church. It was great. I literally left the garage. I got like a block and a half down the street, and I went around the corner, and a guy that was coming toward me, his eyes got this big, and I'm like, yeah, buddy. That's what it's all about. Anyway, there's just that feeling of being able to like get out of the daily driver and get a little bit of pedal time with the Corvette. It was fantastic. So I just wanted to put that out there, to start the show off a little bit. And like I said, I do have a couple of things to talk about, so stick around. If you don't mind, hit me up in the comments. Let me know where you're from. I would appreciate that. If you have a car, let me know what kind of car you got. If you're a dreamer and you want a car, you don't have one right now and you're looking to get one, maybe leave me a comment. Let me know what that might be. Now, right after Christmas happened, I came down with a little bit of a chest thing, so you have to forgive me tonight while I'm talking because I'm a little choked up. And I may do that once in a while. I apologize for that. But so yeah, there's just really not a whole lot going on up here in the north, in Indiana, with the snow and the cold and the bitter cold. And it seems like, when we literally live for the summer, the spring, summer, fall, and you can pretty much stretch it out as long as you can. Like, the cool thing about cars as opposed to motorcycles is cars have heaters and windows. Motorcycles don't. I mean, they do have heated grips and stuff like that, but you can still drive a car, more like almost into November, whereas on a motorcycle, it's, you're pretty much done October sometime. So it does feel good to be able to, have access to your joyride a little bit longer in the year. But it's like into December, and for me personally, as a truck driver that I deliver steel out in this weather all day long, it's cold. I have to get up and down off the trailer to, roll the tarps up, throw straps. It's winters are long, and I'll be honest, January is the longest month of the year for me. It seems like January's got 57 days in it. Like, I've often made jokes about that. It just seems like it's so long. It's hard to get through January, but then February, is shorter, and then we move right into the new year. So I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys I appreciate all the support that you've given me this year. And I have battled a lot with, do I continue to keep going on with YouTube, and do I continue to keep going on with doing these lives? Because, it's kind of weird talking to a camera and nobody responds, or nobody, says, hey, you're stupid, or anything like that. So I have struggled with that, but I'm here to tell you that I'm not going to go anywhere. I have in the past put a lot of pressure on myself to like figure out a way to make my YouTube channel like explode, like go viral and all that stuff. And I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to put that pressure on myself, because I'm just doing this for fun. And I know that eventually the people that want to hear what I have to say will find me. And even if it's, 1,200 people, that's cool. If it's 4,000 people, that's cool. I watch a lot of channels that have 100,000 followers, subscribers. And obviously I would love to be able to do something like that. But I'm not going to put that pressure on me, because this channel is literally just something that I do for fun. And it's about cars and trucks and motorcycles. And so that's what I plan on doing. So anyway, along with that, what I'd like to do is I want to just show you a couple of things real quick. Check out my friend over here, the Grinch. What do you think of him? Isn't he cool? I love the Grinch, man. He's one of my favorite. He's grumpy, he's grouchy, but he's also pretty cool. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that real quick. And so I want to go to the screen share, and I'm going to bring in my screen share. I'm going to show you this. For those of us that are 58, 59 years old, I put this on social media the other day, and I got a lot of people that thought that was pretty funny. I'm so excited for retirement. Just 5 days, 2 months, and 6 years to go. Man, you know what? Believe it or not, I think that's actually going to go by pretty quick. But it seems like it's dragging on forever. So I thought I'd share that with you. And then, I've been doing a lot of stuff with AI, and so I wanted to share this with you. This is definitely AI generated with my favorite photograph and, some, I guess it's kind of not all in there, but anyway, it's still pretty neat. And then I went ahead and had AI add me as Santa Claus. Now that's a little bit funky looking, but I want to stop right here and talk about this for just a second. It's kind of weird because in the car community, I've found out, and it's the same way with being in the motorcycle community. Like, it depends on what kind of motorcycle you ride, depends on what kind of people that you hang out with. Like, if you have a Honda Goldwing, you ride with Honda Goldwing people. I get that. If you have a Harley, you can still ride with the Honda Goldwing people, but they're like, dude, you're on a Harley and we have wings. And, like, who cares? I've always been like, who cares? I don't care. I don't care what you ride. Why do you care what I ride? Well, I found that out to be true with even in the car community, because I'm a full-blown member of the Northeastern Ohio Camaro Club. And I put this on their website on Facebook. Like, Merry Christmas, people. They know that I traded in my Camaro SS 1LE for this Corvette. And I have literally taken so much crud from everybody over it. And it's like, dude, who cares? We're all still people. We all still love cars. What difference does it make what I drive? But anyway, I sent that out to them, and I was having fun with it. So anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there. Don't give up on me, Northeastern Ohio Camaro Club. Don't give up on me. I told you, I've been wanting a certain car forever. I've been looking. Don't give up on me just because I got a Corvette and nothing else right now. Don't give up on me. All right. So, yeah, don't like shun people because they buy something different. We're all different. It would be an awful boring world if we all had the same exact car, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm just saying. So, yeah, I drove my car to church Christmas Eve. It was awesome. And I sang in the choir. Yeah, that's me. I clean up pretty good for a truck driver, don't I? They said, can you do us a favor and please don't look like a biker? I'm just kidding. They didn't say that. But yeah, this is my outfit. Standing by one of the Christmas trees. My buddy Nick took my photo with my phone. Sporting some killer new shoes. And hanging out and having fun. So I just wanted to share those with you. A couple of photographs of me at church. Anyway, that's what I'm all about. I love going to church. And I love driving my car to church. Because really the only thing I have going on is outside of work and my car life is church life, And I love it all. So now I'm gonna hide the screen for a second because I know I have another photo, but I gotta view it first. Oh, okay. Now let's go back to this. I'm gonna go back to here, and I wanted to tell you, like I said, I showed you those photographs of me with AI. Now I've been doing a lot of looking around and looking at parts and things like that, trying to figure out what I want to do with my Corvette. And I'm glad that you guys are here so you can tell me what you think about this. But this is again, it's AI generated, but this is an idea that I had to do with my Corvette. Now, I saw a guy last year. Actually, it was last year because it's still 25. I saw him at a car show in Anderson in 2024. He had a C7 Corvette, and he had it wrapped in gray, matte gray. Excuse me. Now, I'm really not that crazy about matte finish, but I heard that keeping them clean is like, it's so simple. And with the black car, it's difficult. So I had AI create this visual for my car. What do you guys think of that? So I'm going to point some of this out. Obviously, I had the rims blacked out. There's another extra spoiler down across the front, in addition to the one that came on the car. The finish is a matte black finish. And then I just randomly said add a wing to the back, a bigger wing. So I wanted to share this photograph with you because this is kind of like maybe a vision of mine. I'm not sure if I, excuse me, I'm not sure if I will do this exact build. I do know that I have it on the agenda and kind of penciled in on the calendar at this point to have some exhaust put on my Corvette. You know what I should have done? I should have probably put a photograph up here of my actual car in case you haven't seen that. Let me see about going back to find one real quick, if you bear with me. If I can get one really quick. Maybe it won't be that quick. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see if I can bring this back in. So that this is a photograph of my car at the car wash before I put it away for the winter. Yeah, so I mean, I still think it looks pretty good, you know, with the chrome wheels on it like that. And it already has a pretty decent spoiler down in the front. You know, a splitter, I guess it's called. But there's just a little bitty spoiler on the back of it. So that's kind of why I had, you know, the vision of asking AI to put a bigger wing on it, because I've always been crazy about the bigger wing. Yeah, so yeah, that give you a little bit of comparison to it. But so yeah, let's go ahead and move on into the other stuff that I wanted to talk about real quick. Just because I don't want to feel like, you know, I'm yammering on about things that don't really matter. But yeah, again, I just wanted to briefly go over that. Couple of renderings from AI to see what my car might look like with a few things changed on it. So I've also noticed it lately in the emails that I get from GM that they are talking. They periodically put another email out there about the possibility of a 7th gen Camaro. Now, what do you guys think about that? Now, I used to get there was a part of me at one point I got a little bit frustrated with it, because whenever GM puts an article out like that, you know, everybody in social media land, they just run with it. They use the AI computer to generate, you know, some photograph or made up thing that nobody's ever actually done or whatever. And they put it out on social media, and then social media loses their mind. And it's like, if you read the fine print way down at the bottom, it says, we are thinking about it, but there's nothing has been approved 100% that we're going to make a 7th gen Camaro. I used to get frustrated with that. But my thing is, I think they do that on purpose to kind of keep people guessing. I think even me, I'm like, are you going to do it or are you not going to do it? And if you did, what would it look like? And then they come out with an article where they released the new race car, a ZL1 race car, a 26 model. So why are you still making a 26 model race car Camaro, but you stopped production of that car in 2024 for guys like me that want that car? I don't understand why they do that, but I guess that's the way I'm learning, that's the way things work in the car industry. That's the way things work. And so I'm trying to accept that. I'm trying to accept the fact that just because they did away with it doesn't mean they're never going to come back with it again. And just because things change doesn't mean that the change isn't for the better. And, God forbid, they've also put photographs out there on the internet of an SUV Camaro that emulates the Mustang thing that they created, the electric one. Well, everybody knows in the car community that they don't want an electric Camaro. I don't want an electric Camaro, and I know you don't. We want the V8, the high performance V8. That's what we want. We want it in a sleek body. And anyway, so again, I keep seeing these emails, and they're coming from GM Authority, and I try really hard not to get too wrapped up in reading everybody else's stuff. But when you see stuff like that coming from GM Authority, then I have to start accepting the fact that maybe it's possible. And I'll be honest with you, I hope they do. I also hope and wish that they would stop discontinuing it and then restart it. Like, don't do that. Don't do that, because that just puts doubt in people's minds. Stop doing that. Why are you doing that? Just continue to make them, because people are going to continue to buy them. That's my opinion. Now, with that being said, they've also made the announcement that for sure in 2027, there's going to be a 6.6 liter V8 in the Grand Sport Corvette. What? Holy moly. Now, I don't have a C8, but I want to have one someday. I've done videos and renderings of the C9. I've seen articles and things of that nature. I think I have a couple of videos on my channel about the C9 and the concept car. Excuse me, I'm so sorry for that. But, if they're not done with the C8, like, we have I'm going to try to do this in the screen. The Z06, the ZR1, the ZR1X, like ZR1X, ZR1, Z06, and then the Stingray, like way down here at the bottom, right? Well, they need something in the middle. They need something in the middle and to gap that. And the Grand Sport, they've announced that for sure they're going to make a 6.6 liter V8 in the Grand Sport, rear wheel drive, mid-engine, C8. I'm excited about that. It has been confirmed. And I've read the articles. It's been confirmed. So those are the things that I wanted to talk to you about, because we are going into the new year, 2026. There's a ton of things that can happen in 2026. I'm excited. I know you are. What do you guys think about that? Like, would you hold out and maybe wait another year and get a 2027 Grand Sport? Because look, the ZR1 just kind of shot the bottom out of the Z06. Everybody wanted a Z06. They were paying way over, MSRP to get a Z06. The Z06 was hot. They had trouble making them. They started making them. Everybody wanted one. Then, boom, they put out the ZR1. Nobody wants a Z06. Now they want the ZR1 or the ZR1X. And if you got enough money, I suppose you can get one. But what about the guys down the food chain, a little bit lower on the ladder, that don't want all that? I mean, I heard of a guy that bought the Z06 and took it back because it was too much car. I don't need that much car. So I think it's awesome. I think it's great news that they're talking about a Grand Sport. And with that being said, I'm going to switch back over here to my screen. I have a couple photographs. These photographs come straight from GM Authority. I'm not sure why it's got a Buick center cap on there. They've talked about that in articles before. I don't know what it means. I don't know if that's just Buick's way of saying, hey, we're still a part of this. But this car is a Grand Sport, found in the wild. Somebody took it for a test drive, and the paparazzi took a photograph of it, and I've got photos of it. And pretty sure that's a Michigan plate. I can't tell for sure, but I think from seeing Michigan plates, that's a Michigan plate. And when they do these prototypes like this, when they take them out and drive them and test drive them, they do that with the exterior on the paint. They don't put an actual paint job on them so that, they know that they're just testing them, driving them like they stole them, and make sure that they run right. And that's the exterior that they use on them. But I wanted to share that with you because I'm telling you, we got a lot going on, and that's the other reason why I decided to go ahead and do another show before the end of the year, because there were so many different things that were happening. It's cool. So with that being said, I'm looking forward to next year. I have been able to plan out my schedule already. At work, I got my 4 weeks already scheduled out. And me personally, last year, I did 3 weekends in a row, Camaro. I went Camaro Superfest. I have to think this through because they are so alike. It's hard to remember. Camaro Superfest in Novi, Michigan. I came home and worked a week, and I went to Camaro Nationals in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. And then I drove to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and did Camaro Fest in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Now, I can tell you for a fact that I will not be doing 3 weekends in a row with Camaro. I promise you that. I still plan on going to Camaro stuff, but I'm not going to do 3 weekends in a row. That's not happening. And the other reason is the first year that I went to Camaro Fest, in Bowling Green. It was the first weekend of August. It was hot. This year, 2025, we're still in 2025. In 2025, they moved it up a week. So it was the last week of July. And it was really hot. I'm telling you, it was hot. And yes, I had fun. Yes, I drove my car down the drag strip. Yes, I was in the car show. Yes, I did the NCM road course, an experience I'll never forget. I loved every second of it. It was awesome. But it was hot. This year, 2026, coming up, they not only left it in July, but they moved it up 2 more weeks in July. So it's like now the 10th and 11th or something like that. I don't have my calendar pulled up in front of me, but just based on that right there, I can tell you that I will not be going to Camaro Fest this year. I'm going to miss all my friends from Camaro Fest because I met a lot of friends down there. But I'm not planning on it. I didn't take the week off. You know, there's a possibility I might at the last minute decide I want to blast down there for the weekend because I don't live that far away from Bowling Green. But I'm not racing my car. I'm not driving it on the NCM. I'm not doing all that stuff with a helmet on the second week of July. It's just too hot. So with that, excuse me, sorry about the rant. With that being said, I have the Corvette Bash. I have that on my schedule, and that is at NCM, but it's in April. So I'm excited to be able to take my C7 on that excursion. I wanted to go last year. I actually had the time off of work, and I wanted to go real bad. But when it came right down to it, I had a Camaro, and I'm like, it's probably not going to be that much fun for me because I don't even have a Corvette. Guess what? I got one now. And I'm excited. So I have that on the schedule. I'm actually planning on going for a week to the beach. And then on my way back to Fort Wayne, I want to stop at the Corvette Bash at Bowling Green. That's my plan. Then the next thing I have going on is I'm planning on going to Camaro Nationals in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. That's in July. I think it's like the 17th or 18th of July. It's a little bit farther north than Bowling Green, Kentucky. So while it might still be hot, we won't be racing our cars. We won't be doing the road course. We won't be wearing a helmet. We'll be sitting in a parking lot and then going in the mall where it's cool for Corvette Nationals. In my opinion, now I've only been doing this for a couple years. In my opinion, if you only make it to one Camaro show in the whole country per year, that's the Camaro show to go to. They had, oh my goodness, it was incredible. Over 600 Camaros in one place. It was amazing. And I plan on going back to that this year. I can't wait. Now, a month later, I've always wanted to go. Again, never went because I didn't see the point. Now I have a Corvette, so I want to go back out to Pennsylvania, but I will only be going. I won't be going as far out to Morgantown, Pennsylvania. Is like a lot, but 75 miles closer to Fort Wayne is Carlisle. I want to go to Corvettes of Carlisle, and I heard that is like the big show for the Corvettes. people. Like, I know people come from California to go to Corvettes at Carlisle, and I'm those are the three things that I got. Two Corvette shows. One's a small show, one's a huge show, and then the huge Camaro show. Those are the three that I have on my vacation schedule, and I hope to do that and have a blast. So I'm stoked. I'm looking forward to going into next year, and I know that there's a lot going on, and yeah, I basically, I think I covered everything. And then, of course, I guess I did forget to put this in there. Also on my schedule, I don't have to take time off work for it, but the Fall Classic is the other big event that I like to go to because of it's my people from Camaro, Northeastern Ohio Camaro Club, Summit Racing in Akron, Ohio. The weekend every year, the weekend after Labor Day weekend. One of the best shows, classy, put on by amazing people, and I will be going to that as well. But yeah, I just wanted to, like, I couldn't stand it. Like, I skipped one of my shows, but it felt weird because I didn't have it. And I've sat here probably for, the last, I don't even know how long I've been doing my live shows, but I've been doing it long enough that when you get into a habit of something and then you don't do it, you start to go, oh my goodness, that was weird not doing it. And I'll sit here and tell you that it's weird to talk to a camera, but it's also pretty cool because I get to talk about things that are fun for me. Like, I'm getting up there in my years. I'll be turning 59 years old next year in February. So I've lived my life. I have worked my tail off my whole life. I have been a truck driver for 33 years, 34 years now. And I don't know what it's like really to work. I've never worked a 40-hour week. Like, you don't do that as a truck driver. So everybody that gives me crud about why'd you buy that? How'd you get that? Are you a drug dealer? No, I worked my tail off to have what I have. And my cousin picks on me all the time. Like, dude, why did you buy that badass car and then you sold it? Well, guess what? Because I wanted to sell it. I wanted to get something different. I want to try something different. Like, just because I love Harleys don't mean I don't want to try a different Harley. Just because I love Camaros doesn't mean I don't want to try a Corvette. Just because I have a Corvette doesn't mean I don't still want another Camaro. For crying out loud, like, I love them all. And if my finances would allow, just like the video that I showed you from this last fall or in the spring, I took a Mustang for a test drive. It was great. It's standard manual transmission Mustang, 5.0 liter. I loved it. Like, I would never sit here and say that I would never own a Mustang. That's the thing. Like I started off the show with, just because you ride a Harley doesn't mean you can't still hang out with the Goldwing people. Just because you have a Camaro doesn't mean you can't still hang out with the Mustang people. Same thing. Like, we all love it. We just love different things. And that's what's so fun about the car community. And, yeah, I mean, I lean more toward the bow tie, and I'm not ashamed of that. And I have to take crud from my family and friends about it that want something else. I have another friend, a young man that I know. He's actually the son of one of my friends from a while back. He's into BMWs. It's amazing. Like, dude, your BMW is amazing. It's not for me, but it's really cool. So anyway, I just wanted to get on here and wish everybody a happy new year. If you would make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up for me. I would appreciate that. It helps out the channel. I'm not going to put pressure on myself to get to a certain number anymore. I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to be on here having fun, talking about things that I love. And, the other thing is I wanted to tell you, like, you just never know what'll happen. Like, tomorrow's not promised. So you know what? I can now say I've had 3 Camaros, and now I've got my first Corvette. And for some stupid reason, like, I started way at the top of the food chain with the Camaro. I had an LT1 23, then I got a 2024 Panther. Yes, I had a collector's edition Panther. Then I got a SS1LE because I wanted the race package. I souped it up. If you haven't seen that, check out the playlist on my channel. It shows everything about the SS1LE that I traded in on my C7 Corvette. But there's always been this thing in my head that I want a Gen 5. I've wanted a Gen 5 since they started making them back in end of 2008. Anyway, so you never know. I could end up with a Gen 5, but you just have to keep checking back with me and find out what's going on. And do me a favor, like I said, hit me up in the comment section below. I know that there's not a lot of people watching this live. That's okay. But if you watch this after the show closes out and goes live on my channel, make sure you leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the car, the rendering that I did on my Corvette where I had it blacked out with the higher wing on it. Tell me what you think about it. I'd like to get your input. And moving forward, we're going to just continue to talk about car news. And I'm looking forward to going into 2026 with you. I'm trying to close out my my app on my tablet so I can see how far out. So we're going to go out to the 13th of January. And we'll do every 2 weeks, like I talked about, every 2 weeks. The next show will be January the 13th, and then we'll do January the 27th. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I talk about stuff that I love. So thanks for hanging out with me on Music Man's Garage. We are at Shop Talk, and I'm out. Happy New Year.